Whenever you start playing a new game, having another one constantly being referenced can be a huge distraction, especially when that distraction is Breath of the Wild. Stepping out of the shadow of one's inspiration is a very difficult task, and not many achieve it. However, this year, Ubisoft put that to the test with Immortals Fenyx Rising. How it worked out for them has really yet to be seen, and while they have a long way to go, it looks like they're really onto something. Start those timers. It's time for our 60-second review of Immortals Fenyx Rising. If Immortals Fenyx Rising has anything, it's charm, and it has it in abundance. I constantly found myself saying, this really feels like I'm playing a DreamWorks movie. It looks so good. It's oozing from personality from the intro cutscenes to the ending credits. It pairs well with the orchestral score that plays in the background. However, background is meant very literally, as the music wasn't ever anything to really drive home about. But that's not to say that my adventure was dull by any means. Every time I opened up a new area, unlocked a new ability, or found literally anything, I was greeted with a sense of whimsy and wonder. For the most part, Immortals ran smoothly no matter what mode I was in, whether it be fidelity or performance. The game looks flawless. And that's largely due to its stylized graphics. It showcases the vibrance of the world that Ubisoft created. Even though fidelity mode is the one that I preferred, performance mode is still a viable option. But there's nothing like that silky smooth 60 frames per second. Take it from me. If you're playing it on last-gen consoles, Xbox One, PS4, or Nintendo Switch, you're still going to have a great experience, but just know that upgrading is definitely worth it. The game does seem very well optimized. However, I did run into a few hit detection errors, enemies disappearing, and a few other kinks, but nothing that was breaking my immersion. I'm eager to see how future DLC and just future patches in general are optimized to improve the experience. Although, let it be known, T-posed characters are still funny. The world of the Golden Isles is full of missions, side missions, puzzles, and other unique activities. But first let me say that going to a central area to upgrade your character is not conducive to positive gameplay. It constantly breaks up the immersion when I'm doing something and I have to stop in order to make myself better at the thing that I'm doing. Don't do that. Also, to add to that frustration, the map of course is populated with points of interest, but it's also populated with screenshots that people take, making it even harder when you're trying to narrow down the point that you're trying to fast travel to. And since you have to do it so often, this did become a huge gripe. Sticking with the topic of menus, cycling through your inventory and skill trees also feels a little clunky. You would think that you would just switch over to a page and you would have everything right there, but no, you switch to a page, then click into it, and then you go in and see what you want to upgrade, only to find out that again you have to go back to another place. Despite those frustrations and really disliking the Farsight system, I still really enjoyed playing the game. Whether it was climbing to find ambrosias, jumping into a whole new vault of Tartarus, or kicking the crap out of mythical beasts, I had a lot of fun. But having everything narrated for you kind of feels like it pulls away from some of the exploration. And that point of contention is more about the narration versus the lack of exploration, because there is plenty of exploration. But to have Zeus and Prometheus constantly bantering back and forth got a little bit old. I ran into a constant tonal back and forth between serious and funny, and I never quite knew where to land. I'd be in the middle of a serious conversation with a major character, only to be interrupted by the narrators talking about how they had some mixed relationship with that character. I found myself really wishing that I could turn it off. Now the story itself is pretty good. It's not anything groundbreaking. There's an evil guy, he's trying to remake the world, he wants to kill you and wants to be all powerful. You're the chosen one, you have to stop it. Everyone else who's powerful needs your help to get powerful to fight them back. We've seen all of this before. But it's still a lot of fun, especially if you love Greek mythology. There's cool little hints all over the world. Immortals boasts a nice character creation system, allowing you to be your own version of Phoenix. And even though if you're a boy Phoenix, you're going to sound a lot like Zeus and Prometheus, you still feel like the character is your own. Between armor, weapons, hairstyles, mounts, abilities, and more, you can truly make your character look the way you want them, without worrying about anything breaking or losing its aesthetic flair. I can't overstate how great that feels. Now there are stats attached, and there is a progression system, giving you the ability to level up your character. Not that it feels entirely needed, because the game isn't that difficult. Even though there are random spikes of difficulty, the game isn't hard. Now, if you just want to experience the story without a lot of the challenge, you can do it on story mode, but don't think that it's going to be super easy. You still have to travel, you still have to do the puzzles, and you still have to fight the bosses that still provide a little bit of challenge. But overall, I found myself really enjoying my time spent in the Golden Isles. Immortals Fenyx Rising is far from perfect, but it is definitely promising and a darn good time. Discovering new areas, saving gods, defeating Typhon, all while having a good chuckle every now and then, is much needed, with so many heavy titles and a heavy year. It's also worth noting that if you're deep into Greek mythology like I am right now, you are definitely going to enjoy this game, alongside other properties like Hades, Lore Olympus, and Blood of Zeus. All in all, if you're looking for a fun, action RPG for any age, look no further than Immortals Fenyx Rising. That said, Immortals Fenyx Rising gets 3.5 Zeus Lightnings out of 5. For the full written review, head over to borderlineentertainment.com. For an extensive review discussion, please stay tuned. And in fact, go ahead, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you know when that video comes out just for you. And if you want to see more gameplay, head over to twitch.tv/borderlineentertainment. For Borderline Entertainment, I'm Asa. Be well, Borderline family. Be well.